G'day, my name's Al. Now, my wife Debbie and I have been lifelong visitors to Bali, and if you're anything like us, you come to Bali for the sun, the beauty, and to get away from the grind. Now, you ever noticed when you come to Bali, your mindset changes and you just relax just before you have to go home. We've always said that one day we're going to move to Bali, and we have. We've been here 4.5 months now, and believe me, living in Bali is a different story than being a visitor. Now, one thing I've noticed after being here 4.5 months, it's been really hard to get rid of that Western mindset of being successful, being productive, just the pressures of Western society. I'm starting to get rid of it, finally, and it's feeling good. Now, if you haven't been here before, during the day in Bali, it gets hot, and I mean bloody hot. And when it rains, it floods. Now, if you want to see Balinese people blossom, either get up early in the morning and go to the markets, because that's when it all happens, or in the evenings, when it cools down, that's when the Balinese people come to life. For years, I've used the term Bali time. But recently I've realised it means something totally different to what I thought it did. It's more about being instead of doing. Ceremonies. Ceremonies are the centre of Balinese life. They are a daily thing. Ceremonies aren't added to their schedules. Schedules are worked around ceremonies. I've also learned that I've got a disease. It's one that's common with a lot of Westerners. The obsession with micromanaging everything. Everything I do has got to be organised, it's got to be clean. It's extra stress in my life, I don't need it. Now, I have heard that some landlords like to get Westerners into their villas because Westerners are known for their cleanliness and organisation. Don't know how true that is, it's just what I've heard. So there's no such thing as a flat footpath, the power might flicker on and off, the streets might flood, but everything still gets done here. Maybe perfection isn't everything. Bali is a place where ceremonies shape the rhythm of life. You can't ignore the daily offerings, the temple chants, the closed roads for processions. It's not a performance, it's how they live. It's not about following strict rules. It's about living in respectful balance with nature, spirits, and each other. This runs deep in Balinese life. Now, my pronunciation might not be right, but I'll give it a go. Trihita Karana. The three causes of well-being. Harmony with God, harmony with people, harmony with nature. It's why you feel that balance in a Balinese resort. Why the rice fields curve the way they do. Why every village has a temple, a banyan tree, and a gathering space. Now, back home, capitalism and individualism are on the show. But I think it's because Bali's a small island and everything's crushed into a smaller space, that all the decisions here are pretty much made with the community in mind. And it definitely stands out that you are part of something bigger in Bali. You find decisions are made as a group, people help each other out. I'm starting to find that living in Bali, I'm becoming less of an individual. People in Bali do things together. Extended families live together. You see everyone out there. There might be a food cart out on the rice paddy, and everyone gets around the food cart in the afternoon, socialises, and they all eat together. And if something's going on, if something needs doing, they work as a team, they share the responsibilities. They're less confrontational. They might disagree with you, but generally they just laugh, smile, speak politely, speak quietly. It's all about harmony. It's all about keeping the peace. Everything in Bali is slow. Yes, it is. And to us from the West, that's very inefficient and very frustrating. But the Balinese do this deliberately. They have mastered the art of being in the moment. And I need to learn from that. I need to slow down and get in touch with what the Balinese do. Who's like me? They come to Bali wearing boardies and a singlet, or half the time you take the singlets off and just wear a pair of shorts, thinking you're the centre of the universe. I'm not like that anymore. I've learned to be modest, be a bit more respectful for the local cultures. It'll get you a long way. Now, Australia's always going to be home. I can't see Deb and I living here forever. It would be bloody good, but you've got to look at the realities. There's going to be financial, medical, visa issues, but the longer I can stay here, the better. You know, Bali is reshaping me, and I'm going to make the most of it. It's shown me a slower, softer, more connected way to life, where productivity isn't everything, where balance matters more than business. So if you're coming to Bali to live or for a long period, come with an open mind. Be flexible, be humble. Bali is a place where you're going to learn. It is a teacher. You're going to learn to live life in a better way. Right, that was unbelievably hard. You don't know how many takes it took me to do that. Now, the other day, we had to make a trip to Bali International Hospital. Now, Bali International Hospital is in Sanur. It's on the northern side on the bypass, and it's a new hospital, and it's definitely a beautiful hospital. Now, a few people have said to me, since I've been to the hospital, a few comments about the hospital, and I thought, I'll get on here and I'll share my experience and see if that helps you. If any need, and I hope you don't, if any need, you have to go to the hospital. The service in the hospital first, the hospital itself, it is brand spanking. It is in pristine condition, and I would rate it higher or equal to the best hospitals in Australia. All the facilities, all the rooms are perfect. When we went there, we started off in inpatients and one person per room with all the gadgets and everything, brand spanking new. And the funny thing was, it's got no customers. Oh, they've got customers, but very few. Now, one of the people said to me after going to the hospital, they think they are gearing it up for cosmetic surgery, a place to get cosmetic surgery where it's cheaper. And I've done a little bit of research, and yes, that is one of the reasons for this hospital is for cosmetic surgery. Service was really good, but the first thing I noticed was every time you stepped into the hospital, inpatients and outpatients, you were confronted with how you're going to pay for the hospital visit. And at the time, it was a bit confronting, but I understand it now because in Australia, we don't have that problem. We've got Medicare and we can rock up to a hospital and get service and they'll look after us straight away. But in Bali, they do have that concern of how's it going to get paid, and especially in a hospital that is meant for international visitors. We do have medical insurance, but we've since found out we've got to claim that when we left the hospital, and we'll claim it through our medical insurance mob. Now, the other thing that people said to me was, it's really expensive. Now, I don't know. I'm guessing it would be expensive to the other hospitals. Now, I know the other hospital in Sanur, I've asked a few people, and it's not a bad hospital at all. This hospital probably is a little more expensive, but since I've done some research, it's compared to Australia, it's way cheaper, especially if you're paying for cosmetic surgery, etc. It's a lot cheaper than you would be paying at home. Now, the staff are brilliant. Everyone speaks English. Everyone is very helpful. I still can't get over the fact that this really big hospital and there's hardly anyone around. You get service straight away. There's no waiting in a waiting room for 5 hours to get served. It's very efficient, very quick, and our visit was really good. I hope you never have to go there, but if you do, at least you've got a bit of information about it.
Now, my sister Lenny, she's got this obsession with wanting to learn to speak Indonesian. She loves coming to Bali. She'd like to come to Bali and learn Indonesian. Now, every time she rings me, she asks me, what words have you learned? What Indonesian have you learned? And I explained to her, and she gives me this weird look like I don't know what I'm talking about. But I explained to her that it's not like that. Just about everyone you talk to in Bali speaks to you in English. Tourism is the #1 trade, and English is a necessity to work in that industry. So I don't get the opportunity to practice the words that I'd like to. Now, I do know some of the basic words, and I'll explain them to you in a minute, but you have to understand my interpretation of the pronunciation of these words is probably nothing like it is said, and my understanding of their meaning might be a bit skew-whiff as well. I'm sorry, but what I want to do, I want to give people that basic understanding of what words I do use in Bali and what words I would like to learn to use in Bali. Okay, so let's start with the greetings. Selamat pagi. Selamat pagi is good morning. Now, I use selamat pagi not very often. Quite often I just say hello. But during the day, you can say selamat siang. Now, that's between 11 and 3 o'clock, I think it is. It's like good day, g'day. Then at night time, it's selamat malam. I have used selamat malam sometimes, Now, one word I did learn to use is bagus. Bagus means good. Now, I use that quite a lot, and I get these weird looks sometimes, like I must be using the word out of context, and I don't understand why, but it's working for me at the moment. Now, I've also heard the word baik, I think it's pronounced. That also means good. So maybe that's the word I should be using. Maybe someone can let me know in the comments. Every tourist knows Tadak. Tadak is no. If you want someone to stop something, you say Tadak. It doesn't mean they're going to stop, but you're telling them no. And ya is yes. So ya I never use. I'll probably just do a Brunei. Actually, I'll probably go yeah, which means the same thing. Now, another one you should learn is terima kasih. Terima kasih means thank you. So in context, if someone's trying to sell me something or they're asking me if I want something with my food order and I don't want that, I'll go Tadak terima kasih, which basically means no thank you. Now, when someone says to you terima kasih, you return with the saying sama-sama. Sama-sama means you're welcome. So they'll go thank you and you'll go you're welcome. Terima kasih, sama-sama. Now, I've learnt this other word, it's a Balinese word I think, it's called suksama. It's thank you. When I'm talking to people, they refer to me as pak. Pak is a word that refers to father or sir or mister. And Debbie, she'll be referred to as boo, which is ma'am or mother ma'am. So it's pak and boo. Permissi. This is a word that I've picked up recently that I use quite a lot when I'm trying to get the attention of the wait staff in a restaurant. I think I might say it too forward or something. I'm not sure. I think I've got to lower my tone. You just get the reaction of the staff. I think, oh, hang on, I'm maybe a bit loud. Balinese people are very quiet. I don't know what it is. Now, when I started learning, I thought I'm going to try and learn 1 to 10, the basics. Remember back in high school when you had to learn French or English and you had to learn 1 to 10? It's funny, I can remember 1 to 10 in German very easily, but I'm struggling with 1 and 10 in Bali. And I think it's because I just don't use it enough. Now, this is the funny thing about it. I remember the word number 2, dua. Now, the only reason I remember number 2 is because when we go to restaurants, I'm always ordering 2 beers, 2 Cokes. I use 2 a lot, and it's like my catchphrase now. Everywhere I go, I like to use the word dua terima kasih, 2, thank you. But satu is 1, dua is 2, tiga is 3. I have not had to use satu and tiga anywhere near as much as dua. Probably because I avoid it, because I can't remember it. Well, I'm going to go on with some words now that I think that might be handy to learn. I've been wanting to learn some of these words, but the pronunciation and trying to remember the words has been a little bit difficult for this old. Berapa harganya. I just had to read that off the page because I can't remember it. How much is it? I might use that here and there, but generally everyone in the shop will speak English. But when you're out away from the tourist area, there are some times where I've come across more people where I wish I could use a few basic words like berapa harganya. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. I'm not sure with this because the one thing I really wanted to learn the most in the last 2 months is bill please. Just simple words, bill please. Now, they're hard words. So I looked it up. Now, bill is tagahan. Maybe I could just go tagahan, but I'm not sure if that's the right way to do it in a restaurant. Please let me know if it is. Now, tolong tagahanya is bill please. I can't remember that, it's too bloody long. If there's a simple way of asking for the bill, please let me know. So to my little sister Lenny, if those words help you, go for it, learn those ones. But I'm telling you, basically, it's very hard to learn Balinese by being immersed in the culture because they speak English. Well, they speak English to us English-speaking people. They don't speak English at home, but that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? Tourism.
If you found this video entertaining, helpful or inspiring, we'd love for you to consider subscribing to our channel and hitting that notification bell. Subscribing will ensure that you never miss out on any of our future content that we create, especially for you.